Hello. Um, so that I know this map looks hideous, but deal with it, and I don't care. I don't care. So back in like the 1930s, there was a world war, and Germany and Austria-Hungary, which is now just Austria and Hungary, it all broke apart. And Germany had to demilitarize this place. So, yeah. And there's a new country splitting it in two, called the Polish Corridor, and just Poland. So that's not good. And tension was growing, and down in Italy, technically they did win the war, and they were hoping they'd get a lot out of it, like this much, but they only got a little, and they felt cheated. And eventually Germany and Italy both teamed up, and Germany was like, hey, Spain, you wanna team up? And Spain was like, no, because they were fighting a civil war at that time. But then a shout came out of nowhere from the east, and that was Japan, who took over Manchuria, I don't know. So that they made a tripartite pact, I don't know. And Germany wants to annex Austria, so that's exactly what they do. So they take over that, and the Allies really don't care. And I forgot to get Czechoslovakia. And speaking of Czechoslovakia, Germany wants to take over the Sudetenland. I don't know. A lot of these words in this video I could barely pronounce, so yeah. So they want to take over like this much land, and the Allies are like, go for it. So that's exactly what Germany does, but they have to make a treaty, which is, hey, don't take over the Western Czechoslovakia. So anyways, Germany takes over the Western Czechoslovakia, and they start eyeing up Poland and the Polish Corridor. And the Allies, aka France and UK, are like, hey, if you invade Poland, then we'll have to declare war on you. So Germany makes a agreement with the Soviet Union, and they split it between themselves. So yeah. And the Allies declare war on Germany immediately. Germany wants to take over France, but also Italy just takes over Ethiopia and only has Libya, so yeah. That's off screen, but yeah. So, yeah. Germany decides to go through Belgium, well, the lowlands, and they punch the lowlands in the face. And and the Allies don't want a repeat of the First World War. So, this is the mustache, by the way. They decide to look up north towards Norway, and Germany just takes it over. It's just gone. It's literally just gone. So yeah, sucks to be you, Norway. But also, in the meantime, they also take over, Denmark. So yeah. But also, the lowlands gets fully invaded, and the British and all the French troops, like, right here, were gone. But the British troops make a swift escape across the English Channel from Dunkirk, and Germany just invades the west of France, taking the capital, and France falls. And now Germany has most of France, the northern top, but there's a new France called Victory France. So these are the allies right now. No, these are the Central Powers, or not the Central Powers. I don't know. I'm getting mixed up with World War One. So yeah. Oh yeah. Did I forget? I forgot to give the Soviet Union the territory in Poland. So yeah, they got that. So yeah. Oh yeah, what's this? I don't know. But it's Soviet now. It's very Soviet Union. Oh my god, scary communists. But in when we go, God, let me. Alright, so down, I'm gonna make a little corner like right here of Japan and Asia. Japan is just this random island. God, right. Is the island. And they taken a lot of northern China, and it is not looking good for China. So yeah, not good. And they take over Taiwan, which is Taiwan. And this is their thing so far. So yeah, but Germany decides to do a little sneaky and decides to invade the Soviet Union. And so that's exactly what they do. They push back, they push through, taking a lot, and this is this is the biggest ground invasion ever in the world. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also, before this happened, Finland, joined, Finland is now on the red team because the Soviet Union attacked them, and it did not go very well because there's this one single lady who single-handedly took down like a ton of Soviet troops, and meanwhile Germany is just going crazy. They really like invading their friends, and maybe even turning on them. But Japan does a really dumb thing and attacks Pearl Harbor, bombs Pearl Harbor in in Hawaii. So yeah, and also Greece is gone. Same thing for Albania. Like basically everything is just theirs. Besides Iceland, Ireland, Spain, and Portugal, and of course Ireland and Sweden. But this is when, the Allies make a landing in Sicily. They begin to push up, and German troops fight hard, but the greatest betrayal, which isn't that great. Well, it was like one of the betrayals in this. Italy joins the Allies side and turns on Germany. So that poo pill changed my mind. So yeah, not good. It's not good at all. The Allies also make a landing on these islands. Like these, no, not the islands, beaches here. And Italy, France, I'm pretty sure in this time, joins the Ally side. So not looking good for Germany. And also, Soviet Union joins the blue side, the Allies side, and pushes back. And ever since Japan pearled the harbor, the USA not only declared and Japan declared war on Germany, but also Japan declaring war on the United States, but also Germany declares war on the United States. And they really didn't have to, but they did anyways. So kind of shot yourself in the foot right there. But anyways, the Soviet Union is pushing back really far, and eventually all of the invaded parts of the Soviet Union, it gets taken back by the Soviet Union, and it really isn't looking good for Germany. Yeah, and they take over Denmark and Norway, and the German leader Hitler dies in his bunker. So yeah. All of it's gone. The Allies are won, except for one tiny place. And it's not really tiny, it's massive. A place that did like one of the best jobs in the powers, Japan. By now, Japan, there has been some island hopping, and Japan gets nuked twice by the United States, and the US just punched them in the guts twice. So not good. But the leader of the Japan is, I think, was alive, but eventually he died. Well, no, but eventually, well, he didn't die, but I mean, he had to take, like, the US leader decided to take a picture of him and the leader, meaning, yeah, screwed. And this is basically the borders besides Yugoslavia, which is now very gone. So Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Kosovo, Moldova, Romania, pretty sure, I don't know, blah blah blah, Balkans. But anyways, let's take a perspective into someone that we didn't really talk about, Switzerland. Yeah, we're gonna take a perspective of World War II in their eyes. Oh, wrong color we do. So this is white. Yeah, it's white. So Germany just beats the crap out of everyone, and then they see Mussolini. I don't know. Just go behind Germany and just completely decapitates them. He just goes like, "How was your day?" And Germany was like, "Good. Wait, what are you doing?" And then eventually, Mussolini turns on him, and Switzerland just sees the Allies cutting Germany in half. One communist, the other half very, very, very not communist. And meanwhile, West Germany is just screaming in pain, and East Germany is like, "What's going on?" And the Allies are just standing there with the saw, like, huh, is something I never seen before. And then the U.S. and the Soviet Union are like, you want to do that with the Koreas and Vietnam? And the Soviet Union's like, yeah. And that's basically it. It is very, very, very dumb. And it's 20 minutes long.